this will always be a great memory. Not that it was 394 and the record. It was what we went through in the last couple days with losing Bonds, and then Matty goes down halfway through the game, and we just play fabulously, fearlessly. Everybody contributed and got in there, and you know, it's like we reinvented ourselves in 24 hours. Let's get away from this. We are 2-0 in this league.
Yes.
We are 2-0 in this league.
His career win .394 and become the winningest coach in the history of Notre Dame.
I love that this team was the team that got me over the hump. I'll always remember that.
On a magical night here at Purcell Pavilion. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball. I'm Jack Nolan, and he is the winningest coach in Notre Dame men's basketball history, Mike Brey. Congratulations on 394 wins.
Oh, thank you, Jack. What a special night in Purcell Pavilion last night. Certainly to become the all-time winningest coach here is humbling. I'm certainly very proud of it. Passing a gentleman like Digger Phelps and all he's meant to our program. But the story of the night may have been playing shorthanded without a Bonzie Colson and a Matt Farrell. We get to 2-0 in league play.
That's really what makes the game memorable. If those guys have been healthy and you win by 30, 20 years from now, you probably can't remember the score. You just know, yeah, I set that against NC State. But 20 years from now, you're going to remember the way a team everybody was doubting immediately came together from the opening tip to play outstanding basketball.
Exactly. I think I'll always remember different guys stepping forward, DJ Harvey into the starting lineup, all 9 of our scholarship guys being part of a heck of a league win. And it's who we've been. I think it was a program culture win. We've done that here. Other guys know it's time, and they deliver.
And the culture of this program, the most important thing to you as we sit here today is that you open the season 2-0 in ACC play.
Jack, you can get to 2-0 in league play. We took care of business at home. We'll get on the road, you know, later. But to get to 2-0 in a league like ours, thrilled.
And the ACC season began in Purcell Pavilion the Saturday before New Year's against Georgia Tech. We'll show you all the highlights of that Irish victory coming up right after this.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.
Since joining the ACC, you are 6-3 against Georgia Tech, with the wins coming by an average of less than 6 points, one of them in double overtime. Why has this been such a competitive series?
You know, Jack, that's a great question. They have been great games, down to the wire, obviously a repeat opponent in all of our years. You know, to get the first one, to get out of the gate and get to 1-0, you've always heard me say, 1-game win streaks in the ACC are something to celebrate.
Tech was certainly ready to play. You took a 3-2 lead, and then Tech took the lead for the rest of the half by as many as 7. They led by 5 at halftime.
We really struggled offensively playing against their zone. They've got shot blockers in the back. We never got into any rhythm. Thank God our defense was pretty solid where they weren't too far ahead at halftime.
Now, there was one very critical segment in the first half. Tech led by 7 with 9:06 left. When your team went on an 11-5 run, Rex Pfluger was all over everything. He dished out an assist on the first 3 field goals and finished the run with a 3-point play of his own.
Certainly his best game all around probably since he's been here at Notre Dame. But Rex is a winner and a grinder and a tough guy, and he always kind of senses, what does my team need me to do? And then he goes and does it.
You have struggled at times in the first half this year. You've been a great second half team, and this game was no different. You came out and scored the first 7 points.
I love how we talked at halftime. Bonzie Colson, Matt Farrell set the tone. No panic, poise. We got out of the gate in the second half, and you're right, we have put 50 on the board in the second half almost every time here in this building.
And the final play in that spurt was a three-point play by Bonzie Colson, who was terrific all game, but especially in the second half when he took over.
You know, he sensed it, as he's had many second halves here in our building in league play, but he kind of gave us a confidence and made big plays to make us believe.
And his play inspired his teammates. For example, John Mooney showed us some real hops on an alley-oop from Pfluger.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. Rex has made great decisions, and we get Johnny on a lob dunk, which was a key bucket at that time. And, you know, Johnny continues to get more confident for us.
And he got 3 rebounds for you. He's been rebounding well.
He has been rebounding well. He becomes a key guy for us. We know he can stretch the floor and shoot the jump shot, but keep rebounding, Johnny. That'll keep you in the game.
All 5 starters finish in double figures, including Rex Pfluger, who hit a couple threes for you. You need him to have a perimeter game.
We need him to score for us. There's no question. We know he's going to defend. We know he's going to rebound. We know he's going to lead. He's a captain now. He's going to lead even more. But we need him to score.
You break the game open with an 11-1 run that included 2 dunks from Martinez Gebbin, who was outstanding, 12 points, 5 rebounds.
You know, Marty has continued to just play at a high level and very confident. He's a big target for us when he ball screens and rolls, key rebounds, and he's shooting 80% from the foul line.
So a great way to start the ACC section of the schedule, 68-59, home victory over Georgia Tech. Here's what Coach Brey had to say to his team after the game.
Hey, I always say 1-game win streaks in the ACC are really good. Our defense was fabulous. And then, you know, their zone, give them credit. It's tough to figure out. It took us a while, but eventually we really cut it up.
Matt Farrell starting to heat up. On over to Gibbs for 3, got it.
Really good how we were poised at halftime. You know, we weren't playing well, and I thought how you two guys were talking in huddles. And you know, I talked about your focus and your demeanor. Man, it sets the tone for us. Sets the tone. A lot of guys made big plays. We played all 4. You know, we played 4 guys off the bench. You gave us all good stuff.
Yep.
So we got one under our belt. We got another one at home. It's always good to take care of business at home in league play.
Yep.
24 hours before the NC State game, you find out you've lost Bonzie Colson, the ACC preseason player of the year, for at least 8 weeks. 15 minutes into the game, when it's still close, you lose Matt Farrell, and you go on to beat NC State by 30. Did you see that coming?
You know, I thought we'd play well and really rally. I didn't expect to lose Matt Farrell, but I didn't think we'd be able to win by 30. But it tells you kind of our culture. It tells you the group that we have, and a little bit of the what we have as far as guys stepping up when someone goes down. It's happened historically here in our program, and I'm just so proud of our group that none of that became a distraction, Bonzie or Matty. We just played.
Second leading scorer in the league is not playing for you, and yet you come out and shoot 61% in the half, and you set a Notre Dame record for most points in the first half with 48.
Well, you know, starting DJ Harvey I thought was a key. It's that downshifted lineup. It opens the floor up, and I thought, you know, it helped us offensively early, where before we've had some tough starts offensively.
Harvey, no question, best game of his college career, career high 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and he looked more comfortable than he has at any time this year.
Well, I sure hope this jump starts him, Jack. Obviously, he'll be in that starting lineup now with Bonzie out for a long time, and for him, my goal coming back from Christmas was to get him going, find a way to get him going. There's a lot to work with there, and I think it's up to me to get him going, and certainly Wednesday night was a great start.
And boy, Matt Farrell came out and was really leading. He hit 3 threes, had 4 assists. He threw in that ridiculous 3 at the shot clock buzzer, not even looking at the basket. He really helped you get off to that great start.
He got us off to a great start, and it's been interesting to watch the dynamic. His voice now, he's in the huddles, he's talking more because he knows Bonzie's gone. And I thought he did a fabulous job leading the practice the day before and in the game.
Farrell could barely walk leaving the floor. Your guys are looking at him, and rather than go, oh no, Bonzie, now Farrell, you respond with 8 straight points to open a 15-point lead.
You know what's so interesting is to watch TJ Gibbs and Rex Pfluger. You could see them, and Austin Torres, our veterans, kind of say, All right, no problem. We'll adjust and get going. I give a lot of credit to TJ Gibbs and Rex Pfluger setting the tone for us after we lost Matt.
You talk about TJ Gibbs. Whenever you've needed him this year, he's responded. 22 points in this game, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds, a career high for him.
And I thought his demeanor was calmer. Instead of, he would get angry when he made mistakes. And I talked to him about it before the game. He was very solid, he was steady. He knew he had to start to be a leader, especially when Matty left the floor.
I know we talked in the pregame on radio how Rex Pfluger had played his 3 best back-to-back games of his career. You name him a captain, he steps up again. 16 points, 2 threes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a steal, stat sheet stuffer.
He just stuffs it, and again, he's into a great offensive rhythm, but man, does he defend and rebound. He is a great playmaker and passer. He finds the right guy with his passes.
Coach, a truly magical evening for you. Congratulations on win 394, an 88-58 win over North Carolina State. Now, when we come back, you're going to hear from many of the guys the coach has coached in his career and worked with in his career.
Having been through this process, that so quickly and with utmost confidence, we can welcome to the Notre Dame community Coach Mike Brey and his family. Please join me in welcoming them.
I've been in love with 2 coaching jobs in my 5 years as a head coach, and that's Notre Dame twice. I'll be very clear, Notre Dame twice, and I'm happy I'm here.
When you think about Mike Brey, and you think, what should you say? You're talking about one of the great human beings of all time, a great coach, a great teacher. It's almost impossible to totally describe him because he's such a fabulous and unique guy.
That is your ball game. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish have come up with 2 huge wins over ranked teams.
I don't know if there's a better coach in the country that manages players' heads and gets them to play to their best of ability than Coach Brey.
I think the best thing about him is he really treats you like a man. When you have a coach that instills that trust in you, that goes up throughout the whole team.
And I think that's really the mastery of Mike, as far as figuring out the chemistry of how I'm putting a group together. I think he does that better than anybody in the country.
Enjoy this journey, right? We're just playing, baby. We're competing.
They stood and stormed the court.
It's not necessarily about the wins and what he's doing on the court, but the person that he is and the person that he's helped me become as a father, as a coach, and as an individual.
The victory milestone speaks to longevity. It speaks to being a great coach, but it speaks much more to the number of lives that have been touched during that period of time. This is one of the great educators at the University of Notre Dame. And to think about the number of students who have come through that program, that's what it's about.
As number 1 goes down, Syracuse undefeated no more.
Notre Dame has defeated Louisville 104-101 in not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 overtimes.
When I think about Coach Brey, I think of somebody who is a very smooth guy who gives a lot of trust and confidence to his teammates. He's definitely given me a lot of opportunities to show who I am on and off the court, and I'm very thankful for that.
What he was able to do at a school that's a football school, you know what I mean, and make that a hot ticket for basketball, I think it shows a lot.
Mike's legacy for this program, I would argue, will be the most impactful in the history of the program, not merely because he has the most wins of anybody, but to establish this program in the 2 dominant basketball leagues in the country, to go into the ACC in our 2nd year and win the conference championship, took this program and perceptions of this program to a different level.
He is Notre Dame basketball.
When you say Notre Dame, Mike Brey's name has to come up because without him, I don't think that we've ever accomplished anything like this.
I'm just very proud of him because he's just been a really good guy in the business. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He's just himself.
Down in Maui, we were so happy, after winning that, but mostly we were happy for him, because he deserved it.
Oh, my message for Mike would be, just keep being Mike Brey. Just keep being the person you are.
I would like to congratulate Mike for becoming the winningest coach in Notre Dame's men's basketball. He's done a great job from the Big East to the ACC. Not just during the regular season, but also in the postseason. So Mike, I'm passing you the torch to continue the success.
Every scholarship member of this Notre Dame team needs to elevate his level of play for the Irish in the wake of the loss of Bonzie Colson for at least 8 weeks, and now Matt Farrell recovering from a sprained ankle. And every player did just that against NC State, including sophomore forward Elijah Burns, who scored 3 points with 3 assists and 2 rebounds, earning him the opportunity to run this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break. First car you ever drove?
1988 Mercedes-Benz.
Who was your role model?
My dad.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
Bowling is my favorite sport.
Favorite NBA player?
LeBron.
Favorite part of practice?
Free throws.
Worst part of practice?
The beginning.
Which is better, a highlight film dunk, blocking a key shot, or grabbing a big rebound?
Big rebound.
Maui.
Paradise.
One thing you always hear from Coach Brey in practice?
Stay focused.
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Brey?
Bolanis.
Toughest place to play in the ACC?
Here.
Player on the team most like you?
Juwan.
Player on the team who will surprise fans the most this season?
Myself.
Best defender on the team?
Torres.
Best leaper on the team?
Rex.
Best dunker on the team?
Rex.
Worst dunker on the team?
Nick.
Best dresser on the team?
Nick.
Worst dresser on the team?
Torres.
Beard growing competition, who wins, you or Coach Brey?
Matt Farrell.
So many plays to choose from for this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats Play of the Week, but you knew we had to pick one from the NC State game, and we did. One of the many fast break baskets that helped the Irish take control of the game with the highest scoring first half in Notre Dame ACC history.
To Farrell. Farrell now, alley-oop underneath. Pfluger with a two-handed jam. A beautiful transition dunk, and it's 10-7. Notre Dame leading by 3.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Brey. This week's question comes from longtime Irish fan and Coach Brey radio show regular Gary Rivers of Mishawaka. Coach, the past few years we've been getting more athletic players. Do you adjust your coaching style to adapt to their strengths and weaknesses?
Gary's never missed a radio show, I don't think, Jack, has he?
He had a couple of health issues. That's the only
That's
time.
about it. No, that's a great question. I mean, you know, even though we're more athletic, we still want to play how we play. Offensive efficiency, taking care of the basketball, taking a good shot. Where that athletic ability has helped us is on the defensive end. We've been able to get more steals and be more active, and that's what I'm excited about.
We're going to be talking about this all year. There are no easy games in this league, and you're facing a tough week with 2 road games at Syracuse and at Georgia Tech.
Well, Syracuse is always tough to play in the Dome. We haven't won up there in a while. It'd be nice to get one. You deal with the zone, and the zone is longer this year. Big guards up top, wingspans in the back. I think our defense and our defensive rebounding, they're a powerful offensive rebounding team. Our blockouts will be a key.
So we'll be back next week to break down all the highlights of the Syracuse and Georgia Tech game. Coach reminds his players they'll take some punches, but they're going to try to avoid them this week. Until then, for Coach Brey, the winningest coach in Notre Dame men's basketball history, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.